Good afternoon. It is 1:30 p.m., March the 25th, 2018. This is being recorded in Hermitage, Tennessee. This is going to cover a little bit about the Zoom default meetings and why it is so important that you look over every single one of them to be sure you're getting the most out of your Zoom meeting. In the free account, there are only 9 settings that are on by default. Everything else is turned off. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to go down to screen sharing. We're going to share this. We've set this up. We're sharing the screen now. Hopefully you can see my screen here. Well, hang on. We'll take this all the way up. Okay. This, as you can see, is the screen. Why is my cursor not moving? My cursor doesn't want to move. Got to move this up over here. Okay, now, these are all the settings, as you can see, and this is the free account. I've listed all of them. If you go all the way down on the free account, it shows 81. That's not an accurate figure simply because some of them are multiple choice. So you have to go like here, scheduling privileges. That's actually got 2 under it, so that would count as 2, but scheduling privilege wouldn't. So instead of 81, that would be 80. So for all the multiple choice, it reduces down. Basically, it comes out, there are, I think it's 76 total settings once you get all the counted. But look at what's not on. Your host video, you have to determine whether you want it on or off. There is no default for it when you go in and look at it. You have, for your very first meeting, I'm going to try one on the Carl account just to see what happens. But, you know, your participant meeting the same way, you know, they do have the telephone and audio on by default. They have the chat and private chat on by default. They have the feedback to Zoom by default. They have the annotation of the whiteboard and the remote control on by default. And they have the screen sharing on by default. But anything else, oh, I beg your pardon, you've got email notifications for when somebody joins before the host and when a meeting is canceled. This, when a cloud recording is available, I'm imagining that is also set on when you get a pro version, but I don't know exactly what the defaults for the pro version are. I've played with mine so much that I don't know what the original settings are. I'm going to have to contact Zoom to find out about that. But as you can see, all the rest of these things, record the XP group, you've got none of the defaults are set, you know, they're all set to off, actually. You know, so it's really, really, really important that you know what all those things are set to before you start your first meeting so that you know exactly what you're going to get out of your meeting. To that end, we will be starting a project on April the 16th. We'll be going through every one of the meeting settings, what it means, how it interacts with the other meeting settings, and everything. April the 16th is a Monday, since we have been doing the OBS study group on Monday at 8 p.m. This will pick up right where it left off. We will start at 8 p.m. on Monday, April the 16th. At that time, there will be a spreadsheet just like this one. And it will have both the free meeting and the pro meeting accounts. And by that time, I'll have these figured out as to which ones are actually on by default if you have the Pro account, and we'll go through all that too. And like I said, this spreadsheet will be available, shared with anybody, so they can make their own copy, create their own default, and then as many different use cases as you have. If you want your meetings settings changed from one to the next, you will have a record of what your original defaults were, what you set your most used use case to. You can put that on tab 2. Then other use cases that you may use, like you want some meetings, people coming in ahead of you, some you want them totally muted on mic and video. You can list each one of these and mark it, make it real easy to keep track of what your settings are for any particular use case that you normally use. Or if you do a one-off, you have a record of what it was before you changed it, so you can go back. Unfortunately, Zoom doesn't do that for you right now. They do have webinar templates. I'm hoping those come down into the meeting platform, but we don't know. So that is basically that. I am going to stop this recording if I can find the thing. I've got my camera located here. Let me look around here and see what this says. It says to stop the recording is alternate, or I'll have to remember that. So we're going to stop the recording. Actually, no, first we're going to stop the screen sharing. We have stopped the screen sharing. Now we're going to stop the recording, let it render, and put it up so that everybody can see it. Thanks for watching.